Hello, hey, this is Bill, and today I'm going to show you the assembly instructions for the track jacks. The track jacks come in three different parts: the base, or the tower, I guess we can call this, and the top, which really is the clip that holds on to the track. So we're going to go over each one of these and show you how to assemble them. And then we're doing the mid-size one right now. It's easiest to see on the video, but all of them will build the same way. So we'll get started with that. Just want you to know there's going to be a couple tools that you need. You'll need an X-Acto blade, a pair of needle nose pliers, and of course your glue, and if you want to use accelerator, you can use that. All right, well, let's get started. We're going to start with the base, so I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. We'll just put it over here and over here. So the base is really simple. There's just really these couple parts to it. And to get started, we really just knock out the centerpiece here. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, which comprise the base. And so I did number these. There's a number 1. This is our number 1. It's going to go right on top. Number 2 is here. Just match up the number to the number 2 right there. I don't know if you can see that. I'll just try to put this up close. So number 2 will go into the number 2 hole, etc. And then just assemble it. So what we'll do is we're going to put a little bit of glue down here, and it's just going to be a little bit. This is just to give it some extra strength, this piece right here. So it's going to double up everything. And I'm going to drop that on there. And then also I'm going to put some glue on here and get this guy in so we can get them aligned. Pretty much you want to make sure that this is all straight and aligned like that. It's very simple. I'm going to clean out, I don't know if you can see this, but I have some glue that's built up right there. I'm going to try to get rid of that just by dragging a piece of wood across it. What that will do is we're going to be putting another piece on top of this on the outside edge, so we want to make sure that there's a nice clean edge. All right. Oops, I put number 2 on there. These are all exactly the same size pieces, so we're just going to go around and do each one like this, okay? And I'm just going to glue each piece on like this. There's that piece. Come on, there we go. Get some glue on it. There's that piece. Now, if you don't line this up exactly, you might have to press it in or trim it a little bit to get it to go in properly, but if you get it aligned, everything should fit just right on, just how we want. Again, I'm just going to clean up any glue that's on the outside edge, like that. I am going to spray that just with a little bit of spray, hold it in place, and now we have the base ready to be mounted on. I'm going to set this aside, and we'll get working on the other pieces. All right, so the next piece we're going to work on is the tower. And in this kit, it's going to be in a plastic bag like most all the other items are, and it will probably have a rubber band around it like this. We don't want to get rid of that rubber band. We're going to be using it in the kit. So I'm going to set it right here for now. And we'll just show you all the different parts that are in this particular kit. So they're labeled outside tower parts, outside tower A, outside tower B. And then these are the inside tower pieces right here. They do have a little bit of a design on them. It's supposed to look like a kind of like a metal frame maybe. So anyways, it's just gonna add some texture to our build here. Okay, and we're gonna be building around this piece right here. We want to pull that out, and then we're gonna do the outside tower first. I'm gonna set those aside here. So outside, there's A and B. All right. Okay, and then this one you'll see that it has a few extra parts in it, or extra holes I should say, that will receive these pieces here, and we'll show you how that works. But this is going to be a hinge piece that you can manipulate to raise and lower the jack. Okay. All right, so we'll start out. We'll just flip one of these over. This is the back side. So we'll flip it over, and we're just going to glue this on here like this. Just simple. Let's do it. And then the sides, they just go on just like this. We're gonna glue those on. Just a simple little process here. I'm gonna put glue along this edge, and then glue right here, and then just install it like so. Okay, and we're gonna do exactly the same thing for the other side. Just a little bead of glue there. And on this one, we're going to put some glue right here and here. And again, this just slides on like so. Now we'll want to make sure that these are nice and tight. You don't want to have big gaps between these pieces, because when they come together, there's going to be a fairly good fit, and it's going to want to slide. It's going to slide inside of each other. So make sure there's not like huge amounts of extra glue in there and that type of thing, because it will be kind of a pain later to deal with that. Before we put this one on, let's go ahead and put a couple pieces together. We'll knock these little guys out here, and we'll knock these guys out here. All right, there we go. There's also this little tiny guy right here. Let's get him pushed out. There we go. All right, we'll start with this bottom piece. I'm going to flip this over. We're going to want to glue these first couple pieces on the back side. This is what's going to hold the rubber band in place. And so just put that guy right there. And then this guy right here, we'll put a little bit of glue on the inside. These are going to go together. I put two pieces in here just to make it a little bit stronger, so that it will be, a little bit more durable. But really, that's all there is to it for that. And then if you can look here, you'll see that there's a little, let's see if we can get this to look right for you. Yeah, right there, there's a little lip. Yeah, right there. So you can see there's a little place, and that's where the rubber band is going to stretch up through here. The rubber band will go right through here. For example, I'll just show you real quick. It will be like this, and it will go around this piece up here. Okay. All right, and then let's put this piece together right here. These are the hinges, or what the hinges are going to go through here. There's a little tiny hole. You might be able to see it right there. Anyway, that is going to be the hinge, and I'm just going to put some glue here and on these guys and drop it down right there. Try to make sure that that's nice and square in there, you know. And then we'll do the same here. Put some glue, I always put the burn side out just so it kind of all matches when you have it together, but these are exactly the same piece. They're interchangeable. They can go either way. All right, there we go. And now we can glue this piece on here. All right, let's do that. Again, I'm just going to put some glue right there and there. And let's see here. I'll just put some glue right here. And probably a little bit of glue just along the edge here. Not a lot, just some. All right, and this is the frame or the tower outside box. We're going to be installing, there's going to be another piece that will now go inside of that. But that's all there is to it. So just make sure it's nice and tight. You may want to use a rubber band, you know, to go around the outside and hold it tight. You can use the one that comes with it or one that you have of your own. And then we'll go from there. All right, so that is that piece. I'm going to also create the little lever. Might as well do all of this now and get it done. And then I'll clean up this just a little bit. These little pieces are just to hold it all in place inside the punch-out card. With this model also, there's the metal hinges. The metal hinge is similar to all the other little hinges we have, just a metal pin, and we're going to have it go through this piece and in here. And so I'm going to put this in here when we glue it, just to help us to keep it straight. There's one. I'm using the bottom of the table to help me get this pushed through. We made it, you know, tight so that it will hold together well. All right, and then just put some glue on the inside. We don't need a lot of glue on this, but it's just to hold it all in place. And let's get that aligned. Push down. So something like that. And then this is going to be going in like this. And so we do have this little slit here. I've provided just another piece that will give it some additional strength, I guess. You can just put it right in there. Oops. Let's get it to dry in there. All right, and that's going to be our piece that goes in here. And let's see if we can get it installed real quick. It's kind of fun trying to get these lined up, so let's get the pins started. This is where it's nice to have these needle nose pliers. Get it to go through. Just make sure it's going to fit there. All right. Now this will install with this cutout on the top, and so I want to put it in here like that. and then with the rounded edge facing outside the box. Okay, and then this is going to pivot like that. So let's see if we can get this hinge. Oops, let's see if we can get the hinge in this guy right here. Oops. All right, so as you can see, it's probably not going to be super easy, but it shouldn't be too hard. There we go. All right, there we go. And I am going to put just a little dab of glue on there like that, and probably spray it so that that's always, it won't come out. All right, and so that is our hinge. And this is where we're going to need to get our needle nose pliers. So I'm putting the rubber band down into that little notch that we created earlier. Let's see if I can get that to you, show that to you. Yeah, right in there. Just going around the notch, and then I'm going to come around here, and with the needle nose pliers, I'm going to grab the rubber band and pull it up like that and over top, and it will go into that little cutout that was in the top. And now we have a spring-loaded lever. All right, the outside is done. So we got the outside done and we got the bottom done. Let's go ahead and put those two together, and they simply just go right on top of each other like that. And it can go any direction. They're all the same size. So let's just put some glue on. I always put some glue just on the inside here, and this is, you can put a good amount of glue in here, guys. This is going to be what holds it all to, you know, down to the table. You can put some on the corners if you want, and then just drop it down, and then we're going to let that set and dry. Okay. All right, so the next part of the tower is the middle or the inside pieces. So let's get those punched out. There we go. Just make sure all the little pieces are knocked out. There should be holes in all of those spots there. All right, and then we have, there's a back piece, two side pieces, and I'm going to call this a middle piece, but we'll start with it. And then you have this piece that looks kind of funny. It's little notches in it. That guy right there, it doubles up and is going to be installed in this piece right here, just like that. It has top written on it, and this one says top, so that we put it in the correct direction. Okay, just like that. So very simple. Again, we're just going to put some glue down here. And we'll put one in like that. And then the other one, I'm just going to put some glue on the side. And then put it in. So that it looks like that. And there might be a little glue. I'm just going to run my finger in here, kind of clean that up a little bit. You might want to use a towel or some type of cloth or something to get that out if you want. And there we go. All right, so there's that piece here, and the top is matched to the top. All right, and then there's these two pieces here, which we're going to knock out like that. And I think we're now done with this. Let's get rid of it. All right, and then here This fits one way, so let's see if, make sure I get it in here proper. Yeah. All right, so let's see if I can explain this. So this one, it's offset just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but anyways, I'll bring this up close. This piece is further one direction, and so the longer side of this is going to go to the back piece. So when we put it on like this, it all matches up, and when it's assembled, these pieces should be flush across the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and get those installed. I'm just going to put some glue on this, here, here, and we'll just drop that on like that. And again, the longest side to the back, I'm going to put this guy right here. So these two pieces are exactly the same, they're interchangeable, that you need. Okay, and then this piece is going to go on here. Let's just put a little bit of glue on here, here, and just a little bit along there. And then I'm going to roll this up so that it goes on like that. And then we're just going to do the same thing for the other side. Some glue on. So glue on here. And along this back side. Roll it up onto there like that. And as usual, I'm just going to put some spray in there while we make this and make it a little bit quicker. All right, so now this is interchangeable. At this point, you can install this either this way or this way. It really doesn't matter. It's going to be the same, but this piece is going to slide down in here and clip onto those pieces. And so let's just put some glue on them. And we'll drop this down inside and make sure that the pins slide all the way up into it. And now we have the inside piece. Sorry, I had an alarm go off. All right. So now that we have the inside tower piece constructed, and when it's dry, we can then put it in here. And so this is how this will work, by simply putting it in here. And then if you lift the lever, this will be able to slide all the way down like that. And then it will just click in. So now you can put, set this at any of these levels right here. And then it will support a lot of weight. So this right here is the support now. And it can be adjusted while you're building it, so that you can be the height that you need. All right, so now we have this. Now we need to put a top on it that will clip on to the track. So let's get that guy. Let's get that started. Clean up the mess a bit. These are the pieces that are going to be used to create that part of this clip, okay? And we'll start with a small piece here. So I'll move this aside and we'll knock all these pieces out because we're going to put them together right now. All right, and then you may need your little knife to get these little guys out. There we go, and that is done. And see, there's a couple little pieces in here. I'm going to knock those out because we don't want them in there, and get rid of those. All right, and then these two pieces are going to stack on top. The reason we're having a lot of these pieces that are stacking on top is just to give it some more strength. I wanted these to be really durable and strong, and so that's why there's a lot of pieces that are doubled up, and it should make it nice and strong and make it really durable for what we're doing here. All right. The first part is we're going to glue these two guys together and then put these pins in. So, and we'll start with the pins. Actually, we'll just put some glue on here and here and there. And again, I'm putting the burnt side to the outside, but they're interchangeable. This way you can do it any way you want. If you want this shine or the clear side facing, you can do that. All right. Okay, just like that. And then we'll put some glue on right here between these. And then this actually aligns. You'll see there's the little pins sticking through. So let's get those pins pushed through there and there. There we go. Just like that. There you go. That's the first step. And then we're going to take this piece right here and it's going to slide through and double up the center of the hinge piece. So I just put a little bit of glue on here. I'm going to slide it through. It's going to get on that glue. And then just make sure that it lines up like this from side to side. That looks good. And then that's our first piece. And then here, just make sure that these pins right here line up so it goes like that. Some of these, we may redesign this where this piece doesn't exist in here. It might just be an open square. If that's the case, this piece you won't have to worry about these, but right now, if you have one that has this shape in it, make sure they line up. And we'll just put some glue on. Like that. And just line them up with your fingers, like that. And set them aside and let it glue. All right. Now the next part are going to be these bigger pieces here. Get these out, as well as these guys here. Just pop the little guys out, and then I think let's do the round ones also. Get those out and set aside. All right, and if there's any pieces left inside, get rid of those. Here, just knock those out like that. All right. And then we're going to just put some glue right along these guys here, because we're going to put side rails on it, which is these guys right here. I'm going to slide those down like so. Now again, this one, we want to make sure that this inside is clean. So, grab one of the pieces that we've used and just run it along the edge here. Make sure there's no extra glue sticking up. Like that. Cool. And we'll knock these little guys out also. And then that piece should be done. And these guys are going to glue in here. like so. Like so. And then we'll just put some glue down. Right there, there. Put one of them down. And then a little glue on the inside right here to glue them together. And then in the hole. There we go. Like that. That should be good. All right, and now in addition to this, we're going to put the hinge pieces. These guys are the ones that are going to go around here, and it's going to be a pivot for this right here. So, but they get glued together like this, and then they go in the bottom of this piece right there, like that. So let's get those. I'm going to put some spray on this just so these glue a little quicker. Yep, I like the spray. I use it a lot. Probably shouldn't, but anyway. All right, let's put some glue on these and get them, and just make sure they line up. These are important that they line up, so make sure they are lined real well. And then get some glue on them, and then down into the hole, like that. All right, we're going to only put one on at the moment, and then the other one we're just going to get it and glue it together. There we go. Something like that. And we'll set it aside. Because now we'll need to connect it to this piece. And so we'll take this, and this is going to be facing upward. And then with this, we're going to just slide it together like that. And then flip it over. And then with this one, we're going to get some glue on it, and then we're just going to slip it over and glue it in. Okay? So let's get some glue on it. And it will go in here like this, and then in the hole like that. And that's now a pivot point. This will be on, this is going to mount onto the tower, and this will be the pivot point on top of the tower. This is the lid for this, but now we have to put this piece in. Is a clip. And I'll show you how that works in just a moment. Now they are shaped a little different. So one of them has this shape around the outside edge. This one we're going to put on last, but this one, just with the flat top, we're going to put it on. And it uses these pieces right here. So this one's similar, but it does have a hole in the middle, so we're going to put that aside. And this one has the matching shape here, so it will go on to this one. We'll put it aside. Excuse me. So now we'll put some glue on here, and then just drop this on. Put some glue on this. And then we want to make sure that the rounded edges match the rounded edges here. So we'll drop that on like this. And then this one, you're going to want to make sure that it's nice and, nice and square. So when you glue it, make sure that it's, nice and square like that. I'm going to put some glue on it, or some spray on it over here, just so it dries a little bit quicker, but needs to go on something like that. And then this guy, I'm just going to glue in place. So we'll just put some glue on here, and we're going to put him down on top of that, just like that. All right, so now that is just all one solid piece right there. It's none of that's going to move. This is the piece that will move, but let's put the handle on it first. And we'll start by putting some glue on this little tiny guy and sticking that in the hole like that. Put some glue down here, and then that whole thing goes in. So I'll try to get this up close so you can see, but it's just that. And then we'll put some glue on this, and it just matches up. Okay, come on, glue, come out. There we go. And then it just matches up here. Align those pieces and then glue it in. And again, if there's any glue on the inside here, we probably just want to clean that out a bit, like that. And a little spray just to give it some acceleration. Okay, all right, and then that should go on like this. So now this is similar to this side, you see, and that's what's going to clamp the track. It's going to come together and clamp, and this is how this fits together. It fits in like that. And I'll try to point these out, but if you look here, there's this little tiny piece protruding here, and then there's a recess. So that is locked in place. And if you pull it back this way, there's tension on it now. Okay, so when we use it, when we clamp the track down, it should be stuck like that, right? And it will hold the track in place. And then when you want to take the track off, you just pull it a little bit harder than normal, and then that will open up, and then you can take the track off. So for now, we're just going to put it back here in its rested spot. Actually, I'm going to open it just a little bit so I can put the top on. And now we're going to install this guy on top here. Now, the one thing you want to be careful with is we don't want to get glue onto this moving part, okay? Which means if you put too much glue here or there, it may seep onto this and glue it in place. We don't want that. So just be careful when you put the glue on. You know, you can be generous right here and here, and even up in that corner right there. But over here, I'm just going to put a little bit there, there, and there. And see, it's kind of like on the outside edges. And also we can put some glue in here on that. This will go in at an angle like this, and then it will clip on like that, and this all should line up. Oh, yeah, you heard it click. That's nice. That's what we want. If you feel like it needs to be tighter, you know, you can put some clamps on there, but it should be pretty good. It should fit pretty nicely on there. And then once that's on and once it's dry, you can use it a lot. But you'll see how this works now. It just pulls out and goes in. Now, it should not come out at all, but now it should be able to put the track right on it, and it should work. Okay? All right, well, let's put this now on the track jack, the tower, on the inner tower. And remember how this was shaped like this, and notice that the shape of this has this recess right here. So when we put it together, it's going to fit like that. So I'll try to get close up so you can see that again. So these will fit in here, and it's just going to slide in like that. It will touch the top here. Just push it all the way up. Press it down so that it's all the way flush, like that. And then what we'll do is we'll glue it now. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm just going to put the glue right along this edge and this edge, and then we can put some probably like right there on the back. And then make sure that, remember we have this top piece right here where it says top. It needs to be the piece that is glued in here, because now this is the top of this track jack. I just look to make sure that there's, this is all the way up where it needs to be. So that looks really good. Those pieces are now flush. They're touching, they're gluing. Now we just put this down, and this is now adjustable. Okay, and let me show you how the track goes on here. Okay, this is going to now work with both straight tracks and curved tracks. And what you do is you simply put this on, slide it up in there like that, and then this piece is going to slide over and clamp it on. Okay, so now you have you can use your finger to adjust the height that you want, and then it will be set. All of these pieces just go together like that. Piece again I can pull out, take this off. Let's say we want to put a curve on here. Do the same thing. And then again we just adjust the height however we want it. The reason we have the pivot on here is because the marbles will be going down the track, and this support will support your angle, whatever that slope is on your track for the marbles. Okay, and that's what that is. The nice thing about these is you can put a screw in. If you have a piece of plywood that you're building your track on or whatever, you can screw this down and it will become a permanent part and hold your track nice and firm in place, won't get knocked over, and should work out really well. Anyways, these track jacks were really designed to be a more permanent solution. Whether you need these or not, it's up to you, but they are pretty handy to have, so you can adjust them to the height that you want. Those are the track jacks. Let me know if you have any questions, comments in the comments below. All right, well, thank you.